Today, I'm going to be diving into Canada's latest inflation report and what that means for you with your mortgage, or if your mortgage is coming up for renewal in the next few years. This last month's Canadian inflation rate remained actually at 3.1%. That's actually very surprising. Most economists had the sentiment that we were going to see that 2.9% ending in 2023 on inflation. In fact, I was expecting it as well. So what we're looking at is it remaining the same as where we were 30 days ago. Now, what was the reason behind that? The number one contributor to inflation right now is actual housing costs. And when you break that down, it's actually mortgage interest. The percentage that is significantly impacting inflation is 29.4% on actual mortgage interest. And if you strip that out of the inflation rate, we'd actually be sitting at Canada's inflation at 1.9%. And when we look at it prior to the pandemic, at the end of 2019, we were actually sitting at the inflation rate at 2.4%. So we're almost at the point where we are at that 2019 rate of inflation and housing market. So the good signs are is that these higher for longer rates that the Minister of Finance has indicated over the last few months, it seems to be coming to an end. There is the indication that we will see rate cuts happening in 2024, and this consistent reduction of core inflation as we see it continuously come down. And the forecast is that we will see inflation sitting at about 2.5% in Q3 of 2024. We will see that bank prime will be coming down as well. So these talks of rate cuts are actually very optimistic going into 2024. What this means is that bank prime will be coming down. The forecast is potentially 2.5% on bank prime. That will help with anybody right now currently in a variable rate mortgage or any type of secured lines of credits that are revolving on bank prime. You will start to see that your rate will be coming down on that. You'll be paying less interest. I think it will be slower to start on that. The first Bank of Canada announcement is on January the 24th. More than likely, we won't see a decrease in bank prime, but we will, there's about an 83% consensus with the economists that on March 6th, which is the second announcement on bank prime, that we will see that 0.25% reduction. And we will start to continue to see that as we have 8 announcements in 2024 on bank prime. So this is good news. And if you are in a variable rate mortgage, it really does put you in the driver's seat finally as we start to see fixed rates come down. So I want to talk about fixed rates right now. When you look at fixed rates over the last 30 days, depending on the type of mortgage product you're taking, and if you are purchasing, what your down payment is, we have seen over 1% reduction in fixed rates, which has been great news. Bond yields, which are tied to fixed rates, have been coming down. We're seeing inflation coming down in the US. They're actually sitting at 3.1%. So we ended 2023 with Canada and the US inflationary rate at the same percentage. And we will see that these reductions in inflation with both countries coming down in 2024. So that helps you as a homeowner because our fixed rates are tied to bond yields. So where are fixed rates going to be sitting at? By the end of 2024, we're anticipating that we'll see them slightly under 4%, which is great news and will help a lot of people that are coming up for renewal. So this is great news. And looking forward into 2024, there is a significant amount of mortgages coming up for renewal in Canada. In fact, there's over 900 billion of mortgages coming up for renewal in the next 3 years. Renewals have spiked, and the average is about 30% of them of homeowners are actually coming up for renewal this next year. And it causes a lot of concern for payment shock for a lot of homeowners. When you're looking at it, and we looked at the discounts that we were receiving in 2019, rates were sitting at on a fixed rate about 3.24%, and some discounts were as low as the mid 2%. So coming out of that type of an interest rate, and if we looked at it in today's lens on fixed rates, we're sitting at about 5.25 right now. On a $250,000 mortgage balance, you're looking at your payments going up on a yearly basis about $3,600 for the full year. So as we see rates come down, which we will see on fixed rates and we see bank prime, it will give a lot of homeowners that are coming up for renewal a lot of opportunity to take advantage of lower interest rates. And why we might actually now start seeing that variable option is the way to go if you are coming up for renewal, because you definitely want to be taking advantage of rates coming down. And the anticipation is not just in 2024 rates coming down, but in 2025 and 2026. This rate hike cycle has finally ended. And this is great news for us as homeowners, and especially if you are coming up for renewal or if you are looking to purchase or buy. If you've been sitting on the sidelines for 2023 because of higher housing costs, this is definitely going to be an opportunity for you, especially at the beginning of the year before rates come down, and the momentum of the lack of supply of homes in Canada and the demand, and especially the demand that we've had and population growth in Canada, we are going to see values start increasing again in 2024. And we want to make sure that homeowners be able to catch the wave before we see huge increases in value, so that you can get the property that you want and able to qualify at the price point that you need. So I see very great opportunities in the housing market, a stronger housing market going into 2024, and especially on rates, we're starting to see that come down. So, let's talk about this in the face of rates, where we're seeing them at today. It's very important, if you're coming up for renewal, that you stay informed, that you explore all your options as a homeowner, navigating these times and looking at different financial strategies for you and seeking the advice of us as experts to be able to help you manage these economic shifts more comfortably and get you on a path of financial security. And strategy is going to be very important for you, especially not only if you're coming up for renewal, but if you are looking to purchase. Strategy, focus, clarity, education is going to help you navigate these times and be able to get into the success of what you want as a homeowner or on your existing mortgage as well. We have to keep in mind that there has been a lot of shifts in the financial world, especially over the last 2 years. The government has put multiple restrictions on regulation policies, especially if you're new to Canada coming in. There's been so many changes. So staying informed and speaking to us and really looking at some mortgage strategies for you so that we can keep on top of this for you and be able to optimize the opportunity of home ownership is going to be very, very critical for you. So what are my key takeaways here for you as a homeowner in 2023? When I reflect on this year, we definitely have had a lot of changes in mortgage rates. They fluctuated, what the impact it's had on so many people as homeowners, and especially as a variable rate client. If you did not switch into a fixed rate, navigating your budget and being able to manage that has definitely been challenging for a lot of people in Canada. The real estate market, that's my second takeaway on this. We've seen a lot of fluctuation and shifts in the housing market, but through that, there's been a lot of opportunity for people to be able to purchase where they might have not been able to afford it in prior years before, as values have been escalated because of the lack of supply out there. So if people were able to weather the higher rates this year, they were able to really optimize on getting into a property that they really wanted and may have not been able to get into in 2021 with such high purchase price values. So what is my strategy going into 2024 for homeowners in Canada? One is to make sure you review your mortgage and your options, right? Making sure that you stay informed on where interest rates are, what are the trends in the market, where the economy is going, what are your financial benefits with your home and your mortgage to be able to optimize the opportunity of getting you on a financially strong path going forward is something that I'm super passionate about, and will be continuing ongoing educating you and giving you more information as we see a really, really good path in 2024, some great opportunity as a homeowner. Monitoring the real estate market. So really keeping an eye on local and national trends, understanding where property values might be, and making that informed decision for you when you need to buy or sell so that you can optimize on buying. And if you are looking to sell, to make sure you're optimizing on that sale price to get you what you need to be able to purchase is going to be a very, very strong strategy for you going forward. Budgeting and saving for future expenses. This is a big one for me. It was a great takeaway, I think, from 2023. As challenging as it was financially for so many families and individuals, really building a strong budget to accommodate potential increases in costs due to inflation or rate changes is something that I've really zoned in a lot this year with our clients. And individuals saving for emergency situations such as even home repairs, health concerns with families, being able to have that budget is something that's been such a great takeaway, I think, from this year, as challenging as it's been. And staying informed. More people are being educated nowadays in regards to what, in fact, inflation really is. What are the metrics behind it? Why do we have inflation? What's causing it? So people have more clarity and be able to really shift their strategies on their home and their finances because they're having more understanding and education. I think that's a great takeaway. I'm always about what are the opportunities and challenging situations and how it can help prepare you going forward into the years, coming as well, right? So being proactive, staying informed, planning ahead are key to managing these challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in this very dynamic landscape of home ownership in Canada. As I really reflect now and bring to a close, I really want to extend my sincere thankfulness for all of you and each and every one of you for placing your trust with all of us here at Valco Financial. Your confidence in our services and our home financing and education needs is so deeply appreciated, and I never take it for granted. We are truly honored here to be able to have the opportunity to serve you and educate you with our information and tools to help you play a strategic role in your financial journey. As I look forward into 2024, I'm very excited and optimistic. I see the decreases that are going to be happening on bank prime. I see decreases in fixed rates. The forecasts from all the economists look very strong ahead for 2024. And I know sometimes it's hard to see the light when it's been very struggling for a lot of people over the last 2 years. In fact, 3 years, depending on the different business that you were in. But I think that light is there now. We're going to have a stronger year in 2024 and especially going forward as well. And remember, us here at Valco Financial, we're always here to be able to support and guide you through every step of your path on your financial journey. Thank you so much for choosing us. And here's to all your success and fulfilling all your financial dreams and goals of homeownership in 2024. I truly appreciate all of your support and all of your trust in us. And I continue and excited about being able to provide even more of that commitment for you going into 2024.